What's up, guys? Man Cave Collectibles coming at you today with a top 10 video. This will be a quick video. This is just covering my top 10 slash favorite action figures released in 2019. Some of these I've had throughout the year and sold. Some of them I currently have. There are a few that I actually have not picked up but would like to pick up at some point in the future. But anyways, let's start with number 10. So number 10, I've got Mezco 112 Blade. This is 30 points of articulations, multiple heads, a lot of hands and accessories, soft goods costume. It's a much needed figure. Blade does not get a lot of love, but Mezco gave it with this one. With the movie talks kind of heating up, this figure I think will gain some traction in the aftermarket. So that's my number 10. Moving on to number 9. I've got Star Wars Black Series 6-inch General Grievous. This character, they basically took this right out of the movie and put him in plastic. Soft goods cape, does not feel cheap. Articulation is on point. It comes with plenty of accessories. Got the 4 sabers and a gun. Sculpt is the key here. As a collector, you want your characters to look how they did in the movie or cartoon. Hasbro nailed it with this guy. Number 8 is going to be Hasbro Lightning Collection Lord Zedd. This is a figure I've been waiting on since I was about 10 years old. Sculpt is perfect. Paint was on point. Accessories are exactly what you would expect. It's kind of tough to find. Ended up hitting eBay for about 3 times his retail price for a while. I was lucky enough to find him in my local comic book shop and was able to snag him. He's definitely one of my favorites in my collection. Hoping for a Rita Repulsa in the future and a couple other villains. Hopefully in 2020 they'll be able to hit some of those. Moving on, number 7. It's the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie Raphael figure. So this one's on the list due to the fact that he didn't really become a GameStop exclusive until 2019. I know the box set came out in 2018, but as far as being able to purchase these individually, it was in 2019. So I'm gonna put him on this list. Great thing about these figures, when you see them, when you see pictures of them, you second guess yourself whether you're looking at a still from the movie or a figure. So NECA nailed it. Really, you could list any of the 4 turtles in this spot. I just list Raphael because he was my favorite turtle. So I know also we're looking forward to the release of the Shredder and Splinter wave in 2020, which I believe are going to be GameStop exclusives also. So that'll be maybe that Shredder will make the 2020 list, but we'll see. I know the quarter scale Shredder come out, and it was amazing. So hopefully the 6-inch version will convert over well also. Moving on, number 6. I'm going to leave this slot's going to be 2 characters because it did come as a 2-pack. This is the NECA, Rocksteady, and Bebop. These guys are awesome. It was really tough putting them at this slot. I really, there's a part of me that would like to have them higher up in the list. But the sculpt on these guys is amazing. The paint was great. The size and scale was perfect with the other NECA turtles in this line. I did hear about some QC issues, but with all NECA figures, they're tight out of the box. Use some warm water, hair dryer, it seems to do the trick. NECA really nailed these guys. If you don't have them, try to find them, pick them up. They're fantastic. Very nostalgic to the cartoon. Moving on, number 5. Number 5 is the 3A movie version of Bumblebee. Quality, quality, quality. That's all I can say with this. For the price point on this one, you're getting the same quality you get with something like a Flames Toys figure, except you're about 1/3 the cost. So if you haven't seen a review on this one, go find one. The articulation has some amazing engineering. It keeps it clean, almost statue-like with the way that it looks, standing on your shelf. This one's awesome. Lots of articulation, accessories, extra hands. Does have a light-up feature if you drop some batteries in. Amazing figure. Definitely check out a review on that one. Number 4, Mafex SpiderMan Comic Edition. So this figure, to me, took the comic version of Spider-Man to a whole nother level. Mafex nailed it. The articulation, the paintwork, the sculpt. There was really nothing I could say negative about this figure. I picked him up at retail price this year. He has went up a little bit on the aftermarket, but amazing figure. They come out with two versions. One was kind of a duller paint. Another come out with a little more metallic paint. I'd say either one of them would fall in this place for me. I have the original release, the first release, but great figure. Moving on, number 3. This is the Kingpin Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure. So the sculpt, paint, the size and scale, Hasbro nailed it. This update was much needed. If you go look at the old Toy Biz figure for Kingpin, he was kind of an odd-looking little character. So they really did well with this one. The Wave had, that 6-arm SpiderMan that a lot of people complained about, but just to get him, it was well worth purchasing the whole Wave because he is an amazing Build-A-Figure, probably one of their best ever, in my opinion, that they've released. Number 2, Flame Toys Star Saber. So this one is a very expensive figure, so you're looking at in the realm of $400, but it's still a figure. It's fully articulated. It's very expensive. The detail, accessories, sculpt, the paint, unmatched. You really can't beat what Flame Toys did with this figure. The engineering and the articulation, unbelievable. I picked this guy up. At some point I'll try to do a review on him. I know there's a lot of reviews already out for this character, but fantastic figure. The shelf presence with this guy is phenomenal. He sits right beside my Flame Toys Drift. He was released back in 2018. Had I done a 2018, Drift would have been on that list as well. And then now, Flame Toys is doing an Optimus Prime in 2020, thinking early 2020. So we'll have that to look forward to. And then the number 1 figure on my list for this year was a figure that Transformers collectors have been waiting on for a long time, Optimus Prime MP44, masterpiece scale. The transformation on this guy was a little questionable. It wasn't the most fun, but the figure itself was amazing. We've been waiting on this for a decade or more. Everything about him was perfect. G1 aesthetic. The paint, the sculpt, scaling, all perfect. Price point was a little ridiculous. What we were having to pay for this guy compared to other masterpiece figures, I wouldn't want to pay that very often for a figure. I wouldn't pay that very often for this version of a figure. When you hold the Prime next to a Flame Toys, you can feel the difference in quality, in my opinion. So it wasn't a $350, $400 figure, in my opinion. But it was something that was much needed, and we paid for it. I still say it was my top figure of 2019 because obviously Optimus Prime is one of my favorites. So he definitely got bumped up the list just for that reason alone. He is the definitive Prime figure for masterpiece scale, in my opinion, at this point, over third party or your Hasbro Takara stuff. So anyways, this is just my opinion of top 10 figures. I'm sure we all would have a different opinion at the end of the day. But feel free to leave your top 10 in the comments and thoughts on my top 10 if you have any. Hope everybody has a good day. See you next time.